it's pretty safe to say that the Naruto universe has been established, and I think it's been established well. Am I right? But you know what? The spin off ain't never hurt nobody, so that's what I'm gonna talk about. Ultimately, a spin off for me is a breakaway show or a breakaway movie or a breakaway series that just establishes and kind of just, tells the audience or the fans rather what they already know about the world. I think that creating a spin-off that corresponds with the Naruto universe and adding new things to the Naruto universe would be more fun and would make the entire Naruto universe a much more elaborative and a much more complex place, but still making it easier to understand to any viewer that watches the show, whether they be newer viewers or older OG fans. So my first spin-off idea would have to be based on Kakashi's generation. I think that there's a whole lot of potential there, and the characters have already been established there. So I think the characters in the spin-off would not take anything from the OG Naruto characters. So for instance, someone like Asuma would not be a direct retcon of Shikamaru's character, or Kakashi being a retcon of Sasuke's character so much. Kakashi would be his own character, and Asuma would be his own character. So I think that would be a good spin-off idea. I think that it would do well, or it would do a lot of fan service to Naruto fans who like Minato as a character. I think it would be able to showcase how well he did as Hokage and exactly what he did. Although it was for a short amount of time, I think that it would do well to elaborate on that. Ultimately, I think that characters like Asuma and Kurenai could be developed and fleshed out a little more, especially characters like Kurenai who seem to look like interesting characters but didn't really get the character development that they needed and that they deserved. I think that one of the more interesting things about Kurenai is the fact that she had red eyes. And I remember when I was first watching the anime, I thought maybe she had some sort of special dojutsu, but actually it was her own character, or it was just a characteristic of hers. So I think maybe retconning that a little bit and making it seem like she's from a special clan that specializes in like all types of genjutsu, I think that would be really cool. Also Asuma as well. I think that showing the relationship between him and the third Hokage, his father and son, I think that it would do wonders for his character. And ultimately, I think that the whole class, I think that Kakashi's generation, all the characters will benefit from the spin-off idea. So ultimately, the main character of the spin-off would have to be Kakashi. I mean, he's loved by a lot of fans, and I think that he would be a good protagonist, especially when you consider the amount of traumatic experiences that he's been through. So I think that developing him into the character that he is today would do him justice and would just do a lot of fan service. I think that it gets a bit tricky when you look at when the anime or when the spin-off is supposed to start, because you really have like a lot of options in terms of timeline. And I think that some of the I think that a lot of the spin-off ideas that I have, you kind of have to battle with when you have to start the spin-off, because the Naruto timeline is a bit tricky, especially when you want to start and make a separate spin-off. So I think that me personally, I would start the spin-off after Obito died. If you can start the spin-off there, I think that showing how Kakashi handled the situation, I think would be really cool. And then ultimately, I think elaborating or rather showcasing the mission that Kakashi and Rin had. I think just that would do well for the anime or for the spin-off. A spin-off idea that has been on my mind for quite a while now, ever since I started watching Boruto, is a spin-off idea based on the 3 legendary Sannin. I think that would be so amazing and so freaking cool. I think that a lot of fans in the community already like the 3 legendary Sannin individually, and just like in the Kakashi spin-off, they already have their own personalities, so they wouldn't have to steal from the OG Naruto series or Naruto Shippuden in terms of like Team 7, for instance. So Orochimaru would still be the quiet, skilled shinobi that he is. Jiraiya would still be loud and perverted, and Tsunade would be Tsunade, I guess. But I think it would just do a lot of fan service as well. I think elaborating on why Orochimaru, or elaborating on how Orochimaru became the character that he was when we first met him, I think that would be absolutely amazing. It could also explore the 3 summoning places, Shikotu Forest, Ryuchi Cave, and Mount Myoboku. More on Shikotu Forest, I guess, because I think that's the one that hasn't been explored upon, as well as the 3 legendary Sannin and how they got their power. I mean, the fact that they call the 3 legendary Sannin, it shows that their generation was somewhat special. The fact that they were able to produce these 3 shinobi. I think that if they were to add maybe other shinobi who were like really strong, maybe like Might Dai could have been in the class, or someone else maybe that could have been in the same generation as the 3 legendary Sannin. That would be really cool. Maybe someone from the Aburame clan who was like extremely powerful, maybe even more powerful than Shino. I think that would be really cool. And also just exploring on how they became extra powerful. I think that there's a couple of arc ideas I already have for the spin-off. So want me to explain on the arcs or the arc ideas, you can leave a comment and I'll probably explain it in another video. But essentially, maybe they could elaborate on the powers and how they gain their special abilities, I guess. It would also, I think that the spin-off could also scale Hiruzen, because there's a lot of debates, especially in the community, on how powerful Hiruzen was and whether he was the god of shinobi and more powerful than Hashirama. So I think that finally settling that debate, I think that will be pretty amazing. And it will put a lot of people's ideas to rest and stuff. One thing that I'll be excited to see is how the second Hokage changed the Hidden Leaf Village and how he made it a better place. So maybe So maybe it could show on how the second Hokage made the village a better place, because we do know that he created stuff like the Chunin exams and established the academy. So I think that maybe showing how he did that and how he came about with that would be really cool. I think that the spin-off as well would do a lot of justice to Sakumo, because Sakumo has a lot of history behind him, and the fact that it's been said that he was on the same level as the Sanin or a level below, I think that that's really piqued a lot of interest. I think that that's piqued a lot of interest amongst Naruto fans, and they really wanna see how powerful he was, whether it was on Tsunadi's level or Orochimaru or Jiraiya's, or maybe just a little bit lower than that. But I also think it would do well to set up the power scaling. So I think it would also show the fans and show the three legendary Sanin the power that they need to get to. So adding somewhat of a power cap, I think that would be really cool, to see maybe Sakumo in like a fight against like a formidable enemy, and then that's like the power cap for the whole spin-off. So we can see that, okay, these guys are going to reach that level. I think that would be ultimately really cool for the whole anime, or for the whole spin-off. I think it would be really cool for the whole spin-off. So ultimately, I think that the main characters for the spin-off would have to be the three legendary Sanin. No one else really could take up the mantle. So I think that making them as the main characters, it's pretty much a no-brainer. I think that it could be. I think that the anime should start off when they graduate, or like right after they graduate, just like the OG Naruto series did. I think that dragging it out and showing their life in the academy would just be a waste of time, because I think people want to see them learn these skills and just become better shinobi like that.
And ultimately, if you've enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. I've got more spin-off ideas, so if you guys would like to see that, just comment down below, and I'll see you guys next